Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 53 of our Confederate Summer 61 campaign in version 1.10 using the A.O.M mod. Now, once again, this campaign is stretching a little longer than I really thought it would. But after the last battle at Davenport, we do have a numbers advantage now. I don't know why I just jumped like that. But we have knocked the Federal Army down to 155,000 men. We actually now outnumber it. And the morale of their army is down to 47. Though their national morale is still at 21. It's gone back up. And I thought it might have been because of the prisoners. One of my viewers did say something about that. So on a separate save, I went and released all the prisoners that I was holding. And ran the game for about 2 weeks. It didn't seem to have any effect on the national morale. So in this save, they are still in prison. So to alleviate the overcrowding at Camp Chase, there are 23,000 men shoved into this prison camp up here. I am expanding Camp Chase to 2. We are expanding Andersonville to 2. And we are building a prison camp in the swamps of Louisiana, which is right over here. Doesn't have a name yet, it's still being built. So this will be ready in 23 days, and it'll take about 40 more days for the other 2 prison camps to come up to size, so we can hopefully alleviate the overcrowding. So, but after the last battle, another corps moved into the area. This one's 10,000 men. And the Corps of Missouri took a beating. They're down to 14,600 men. And I still have those 3 brigades that are away. When they arrive, they'll come up to 16,000 men, but that's actually still below the strength they started with at the battle. So I have ordered the Corps of the Arkansas to move into their area to help deal with this threat over here. Corps of Western Tennessee, once it comes back up to strength, I'm going to move it back east over here towards Rockford to engage these corps over here. Now then, with the Corps of the Rio Grande, they are in a bit of a pickle, because this AI army is straight up chasing down this corps, which is something I've never seen before. They totally bypassed St. Joseph, which they could have flipped easily because I have no forces in the area, and continued pursuing the Corps of the Rio Grande. So I'm going to keep retreating him south, and hopefully they'll keep drawing this corps along with it. If they keep chasing him, I'll be happy with that, because he's effectively kept this corps out of the war for the last few months. I think it's 6 or 7 months he was stuck up there in the Dakotas, and he's just kept that corps was stuck there with him. Now they're chasing him, so I'm happy to let that continue going. Back east here, we also had a battle at Marietta, and once Crittenden gets his readiness up a little bit more, I think I have him detached. Nope, I didn't move him under Jackson's command. I'm going to detach him as a separate command. He's so far away. Once he gets his readiness up a little bit more, I'm going to be sending him into Pittsburgh. Down here in the valley, I'm ordering the Corps de Kanawha, as you can see here, to engage these corps here. So we're going to have, with this engagement, if it happens, if they decide to fight, we'll have the Corps de Kanawha, the Corps de Monongahela, and the Corps de Rappahannock. Corps de Rappahannock's at 14,500 men, going up to 18,006 because there's its final infantry division is on the way. They have to raise cavalry and artillery for it now. Corps de Monongahela is at 25,300 because they haven't fought in a while. And Corps de Kanawha is at 24,000. So we should have a good numbers advantage on any fight here. Oh yeah. Or an even on fight at the least. 2nd Corps, Army Kentucky's at 26,000. Army Ohio's 8,000. 1st Corps, Army Kentucky's 21 going up to 22. So this will be a big fight if they decide to fight. And even though his readiness is not fully back up, I'm ordering the Corps of the Shenandoah. Come on, let me click on him. So, the Corps of Shenandoah under Stewart has orders to move on to Harrisburg. I was going to send them by river, but you get the Mississippi Squadron somehow operating over here in this river. So, he's going to have to march by land. His readiness is going to drag down, but I do not believe there are any federal forces in the area, so he should make it to Harrisburg fairly easily. Corps of Florida is still sieging down Fort Delaware, and that's been moving in our favor. And the Corps of Potomac is screening right now. I want to push them into Philadelphia, but I don't want to get them stuck in a siege with Fort Mifflin, so I'm waiting for Fort Delaware to be taken before I move into the AO, and hopefully drag all these forces here into a siege. And down here, now that we finally have the Gulf clear, the Raider Squadron is on its way to Fernandina. And once they're there, I'll let them rest for a couple of days. They are full of ammunition, food, and fuel. So I just want to make sure the readiness is fully green. It shows it's fully green too. That's actually good. So as soon as they're there, I'm going to have them start raiding against the Gulf Blockade Squadron. This is the one squadron that actually retreated out of the Gulf and got away from us. So we'll start taking this one down again. And the Atlanta and the Georgia are still being constructed. They should be done by the end of the month. So I'll have 2 more ironclads in the war to help clear the eastern seaboard. So I think that covers everything. And also a reminder, if you would like a brigade and an avatar created as an officer, please go onto the community tab on my page and put those requests in. Remember, if you want an avatar created for your brigade, I have to know before the campaign starts because I cannot create them after it starts. So please make sure you go to the community tab and start putting those requests in. I'm only tracking one person who can't for some reason get on the community tab, so everybody else please proceed to the community tab and go put your unit on that post. So we're going to get all these movements going, and I'll be back when something happens. Alrighty, it's now June 12th. We actually managed to advance the game a few days, amazingly. Some weird things happening, but this is just so much movement going on the map right now. The Federal Corps are all over the place. I'm trying to chase them down, and it's just a lot of my Corps aren't even in distance of their army commands at this point. But Corps of Kanawha has moved into engagement range of all the Corps that were on the other side of the valley along the Cowpen River. And we have run down the Army of Kentucky Command with the 1st Corps Army of Kentucky, Army of Ohio, and the command for the Army of New England, but none of its units. And they are fielding 28,694 infantry, 300 cavalry, and 37 guns. We're bringing the entirety of the Army of Western Virginia into this fight, and that's 61,865 infantry, 3,200 cavalry, and 52 guns. So I do not believe we're going to need all these forces at all. But I am probably going to have to wait for them to arrive. Corps of Kanawha is 25,100 men, so the Federals will have a numbers advantage. And only 16 guns. I have no cavalry in the Corps of Kanawha. Something I didn't realize. I kept meaning to recruit a division for them, and I keep forgetting to do it. So, we'll take this fight, and I will be back after the load screen. Welcome to the Battle of Strasburg. So, we are on the Newmarket battlefield, and we are attacking. So, the Federals are defending this point here, the Sperryville Road. And I have a couple of options here. So I can march my army down the river here, across the river up here, and come down this way. And the Federals chosen some, in previous battles, they've been choosing defensive positions away from the defense points, but on very good ground. So I can't see them right now. but they might be deployed here or along any of these areas, even over here along Bushong Hill. So I'm going to get my forces set up. So what I'm thinking for right now is I want to send Jackson's Corps down the road here to Newmarket and set up here in front of the Federals if they're not defending this area, and wait for the arrival of, I think the Corps of Rappahannock arrives next, and this will be their first fight, and wait for the arrival of that Corps to march them across the river and attack along a flank if they are set up over here. And they have very good defensive ground here, to be honest with you. Trying to force our way across that bridge will be bloody. But we do have quite a few crossing points, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'll get these guys set up. I'll get Jackson's lifeguard out and scouting, and we'll see where the Federals are. Alright, so we got that visual glitch again, so we know where the Federals are. They are actually defending at the point. So I'm going to change my plan of attack here. And I'm going to start moving Jackson across the river up here. And we'll use these roads to come around on the rear of their position, hopefully. So it's going to be some forest fighting, which is never fun. But pretty sure I'll be able to set my cavalry division out here with the artillery to range in this area. So it looks like they're defending here by the look of their skirmishers that are out. So definitely not a good idea to attack from this direction. So I'll get those moves in place. It's 9 a.m. of day one. Maybe we'll have an attack today, but this is going to be even though we got the road, they do have to climb up and over this hill and then get our way through the woods here. So it'll probably be a little bit before anything happens. So I'll be back. Alrighty, it's 13:40 in game. Day's moving along. I do have my divisions moving up into attack positions. So I'm going to sweep along the back side of Massanutten Mountain. So I want to sweep along here, along this position, and attack from the top down. Even though I'm going to be fighting through woods, I'm hoping the height advantage will help. My batteries just really don't have good siding at all for this area, but we are harassing them at the moment. So I don't know if this attack can come off today. Just the amount of marching that has to be done. It's probably better that I wait for day 2, but that'll allow the Federals to shift and possibly build some entrenchments I don't want to deal with. So, and also the Army of New England, which I thought was on the field already, has arrived down over here. So hopefully they don't try to launch a flank attack, but I do have, I said this Corps didn't have a cavalry division. It does have one. That's the Corps of Monongahela. It does not have one. So I got the cavalry division, the engineers, and the Jackson's Life Guard over here on this flank, just in case the AI decides to try and pull something. So there's a little update there. I'll be back once I get this attack kicked off. So it's 17:25 of day 1. We are starting to lose daylight here, though we should have a few more hours left. And the Federals are finally starting to react to my moves. I was trying to get my last 2 divisions into place for this attack, but they are now fully winded. So I got to push this division forward. I didn't want to, not yet. But I need to cover the other 2 divisions while they move into place. Otherwise, this attack will not go off the way I want it to. So I'm trying to get a division over here so I can sweep down the mountain. But everybody's now exhausted from all the marching, because this is not easy terrain. Taliaferro's the only, and his troops are starting to get tired too. So these Valley armies really haven't done a lot of fighting, so the brigades aren't really as experienced as they should be. That's just an update there. Once the fighting actually kicks off, I'll be back. We might have something before daylight's gone, but I don't know. Alright, it's 1804 in game. Looks like the Appalachian Rifles are getting first blood on this battery here. But doesn't look like the Federals are pushing up the hill anymore. They're just trying to get defensive formations going, it looks like, as these troops come across the river. I'm still not in a position to attack, as these divisions are just taking, and rightly so, are taking a long time to get into position. So, about to break this battery. There's one battery that's already broken and running. So, we might easily beat this army out with a fast morale break once we start the attack. Right now it's just some light skirmishing and still with the movements, so I'll be back. Maybe we get this attack off today. Probably not. It's already 1800. Got about 2 hours of light left. Alrighty, it's 1830 in game. Looks like the Federals are trying to shove some troops up in my direction, and they are sending them at the wrong units right now. So these guys behind them. Get caught out. These guys are dug in, and they do have the Ace of Spade perk. And this is Taliaferro's brigade, which is armed with Sharps rifles. So they're going to take these guys down pretty handily. And the Langle's brigade also has Sharps rifles. So I will happily let them come up the hill at me. The Federals did send a brigade up this way to try and chase off the Appalachian Rifles. And before they're even in range of them, we'd taken them down by over 100 casualties with a few volleys from them and Scott's brigade. So they didn't stand and fight very long. So I'm hoping they do the same thing over here, because these brigades will just rip them apart. They have moved the battery up. Can't get these guys in firing range of that. Right now, this position for this division is actually really good. They have extended range. So, even though none of them are perked up yet, they are in a very good position. He's taking 53 casualties. It was mostly from the artillery fire coming at him. So, it doesn't look like I'll be launching an attack today. I think we might have just effectively forced the Federals out of position and hopefully across the river. Yep, there they are. Yeah, I'll get a range on those Sharps. That's a 3,000 man brigade too. Brigade's facing a little better. There we go. 2 brigades with Ace of Spades perk, armed with Sharps, which means they have basically double the rate of fire on the side of them. Awesome. Too bad all 3 brigades in this division aren't armed with Sharps. That battery away. Looks like they might have. Nope, they're still there. Where'd that brigade go? Yeah, I got smart and put them in the ground, though I do see a dust trail there still, so they're moving. And they're moving away. Good. Shoot him in the ass. Just to give you guys an overview, we did start back here by Cedar Grove Church. Marched along here, marched up this road here. Came back around this way, and had to cross all these ridge lines up here, which really aren't shown well on the map, but the infantry had to march across all of this, so my divisions are exhausted right now. The only people that didn't have to do all that marching was the cavalry and the artillery. The artillery's been in action all day, so they're probably almost out of ammo. Yeah, if they try to come up the hill at me, we're just going to rip them apart, which is what I want. Being in better supporting position. And there goes that brigade. Their morale is not good either. Their morale is at 48. So it's not going to take much to push them away. I don't think the attack is going to be tonight, but when it does kick off, it shouldn't take very long at all. So all these guys are just too winded for me to do anything with them right now. These guys coming up the hill next. Got about an hour of daylight left. Speed this up a little bit. Lower that brigade down. And send a cavalry regiment of 350 up also. Look at all those blue bodies falling. If this cavalry regiment charges in and breaks my brigade, I'm calling bull. Nope, stop the fire. Alright. Look at that. We just ripped that brigade to pieces. Taking more casualties than he should, but this brigade's about to break and run. Looks like they're sending forward more. This up a little bit. These guys leveled yet? close. Two are close. All right. Oh, and their army commander's right there, too. Maybe we got him. He's taking casualties. Oh, taking some counter battery fire. Ooh, he's taking a lot. Here comes another brigade. I will let them keep marching up this hill like this. I got no problem with that whatsoever. And there's the end of the day. Oh god, they just forced one. No. Hold on. Missing a brigade here. And they sent them all the way down there. That should have not have happened. I'll leave those two in place. This division. No, I just selected the corps commander. Damn it. Can't believe I just did that. Alright, what do we got here? B. Gartrell. Got that division can stay there. Where's the Appalachian Rifles? I want them back in their original positions. Swing them out a little more like that. Live government right there. Cannot believe I did that. Cavalry division out here. I should move them over here just in case they're across the river and I can sweep in. There. Here's the artillery division. And all their fire is going to be blocked now, isn't it? Alabama division. Sharps where I can use them. That's the engineers. I don't want them there. You guys come back with the artillery. How the hell did you end up down there? Scott. You know what? Get the sharps over here. Just leave you in reserve for right now with those end fields. Clayton, we're going to put you up here. And we'll tag downhill with these two divisions. Now my reinforcements have arrived. How far away are they? Quarter Rappahannock's 2 hours away. Quarter Monongahela is 11. Even though the Rappahannock's farther away, they're not dragging along artillery with them, so I think they can move faster. Let's hit play and see what happens. Yep, everything moved. Alright. And they are now across the river. Built entrenchments too. That might be a bad spot for my cavalry. Alright, but it's time to sweep these infantry down. The hell? The hell? Telefel's not part of that. Why the hell did the divisions get all mixed up like that? God damn it. No, Telefel, you stay there. Just come out and see what you can see. Alright, I'll be back while I get this unmessed. Damn it. Didn't want it, but we'll take the open engagement like that. My artillery's taking fire and I can't see theirs. That's awesome. That division's moving. Actually, he's in a good position right there with those sharps. Coming across the river. Not exactly sure what the AI is doing. If I can catch them out one brigade at a time, I'll do it. Same thing happened last episode too. I ordered brigades forward to fight and they took the orders. I look away and then the orders are gone. Probably because they're disappearing brigades. They're right there in an open field and we can't see them. Minus Taliaferro. Minus Taliaferro. I gotta detach him. This actually couldn't have worked out any better, really. Start firing downhill at those guys. The Appalachian Rifle's going to be getting a few shots in this battle. I think the last few I had them and they really didn't get too much of a chance to fight. It's going to take a while for these guys to get down the mountain. Brigade taking any damage? Doesn't look like it, but it is. You know, because it kind of falling in place, that's what. Division D. Let the cavalry sit there for now. If they're not going to attack them, I'll let them stay there. If they start to withdraw, I'll sweep in on them. Should have given these guys regular marching orders. I think Taliaferro's going to win this battle on his own. He got the casualties he's laying out. Speed this along a bit. Battery's firing. Yep, good. Might finally have an elite infantry brigade this battle. Bit. It's somewhat useful for me. I'm just taking this army down one brigade at a time. It's pretty funny, actually. Not exciting, but funny. just ignoring my cavalry. We already have them up to 2,600 casualties. I think Taliaferro's caused most of that. Yeah, I should have given these guys regular marching orders instead of advance orders. Alright. Can't see what their morale looks like. I'm really tempted to charge the cavalry division into these guys' rear, but we see how that happens. Doesn't really work for us. Works for the AI, not for us. So one bad thing about sharps, you run low on ammunition very fast. Another brigade. No, that's a detachment. Casualties in that brigade. Turkey's still firing away. These guys level. There we go. And they just got it too. I feel bad for this battery. About 50% casualties. He only had 2 guns at the start. They're down to 1. Brigade finally ran off. And morale's at 55. It's higher than it was yesterday. So it doesn't cover overnight. And I guess they see my divisions coming down the hill now because they're running these guys up it. I don't know if they spotted this division on the far left flank yet. This up a bit. Yep. Fire. Gartrell. A little bit. Looks like they're going to be sending more troops across the river. That was the only brigade they had over here. Regular marching orders get in position. We're right down the stream. Problem is, it turned to face Heath's brigade and leaving their flank open to Gartrell's brigade. isolation rifles. Catch any more forces that are coming across. Aren't these guys showing being flanked? There we go, force them back. My casualties are about to jump. There we go. There's that brigade. Wise, we need to double time a little bit. My guys jumped, not too badly. On range of the bridge. Cavalry. I'm gonna have them dismount and advance. So let's get you guys up to right there. Got those covering the bridge now. Their army's breaking. I don't think we're going to be bagging a bunch of units like we did in the last battle, but definitely causing pretty heavy casualties. There goes that brigade. Attachment across. Take a while for these orders to get to the cavalry division. They are way away from the army commander. All the original brigades from this army actually have the Ace of Spades perk, so they were heavily outnumbered at the start of the campaign in their area of operation. This actually works out for them. I just sent the detachment out. And that's one thing AI can see the move I'm making, so they know these guys are going to be coming for them. Those sharps to work. can't see those skirmishers right in front of us? Really? Down to do some casualties. The army's starting to break apart now. Away from the attack the cavalry, damage is already done to their army. Yep, they are falling apart now. Dick's taking some casualties, so is Heath. Calfello's over 200, but he's had to have caused over 1,000 casualties on his own, if not more. Down to 44. Start shooting these guys in the river. So one thing I didn't point out before this battle, we did have the Federals down to 155,000 men. In only 2 days, they're back over 160. So they are rebuilding their ranks as fast as we knock them down. So they are surely not using volunteers anymore. Drive off those skirmishes and start pushing you on the brigades. getting ready to break this firing at skirmishers. Oh, those skirmishers are doing way more damage than they should be able to. Pickett's wounded. Bound to happen. Bound to lose some officers. This army's broken. Present morale's not. This should be all the way over at this point, all the broken brigades. Skirmishers are just standing there like champs. That's it. They were drawing. But we just kicked the hornets in the nest over here. There it goes. Come on. I hate it when that glitch happens. Alright, let's see this. This will sometimes clear it off. There we go. That's it. Just keep killing them, boys. Kill as many as we can. My troops are just going to be too tired to chase them at this point. Get mounted. Let's see, should still be firing, damn it. And they're retreating across to AI doesn't know where to go. That's awesome. Gunning them down. I wonder if any of these guys will surrender now. I want to give them... Oh, they didn't really give us a lot of time for the pursuit phase on this one. This wasn't a battle, this was straight murder. Can't wipe out that cavalry regiment. Nope, running. That's it, we're out of time. Alright. I mean, Day one, the Federals did not have to attack me, yet being on that hill was a danger, so the AI did attack me. So that worked very, very heavily in our favor by them doing that. Too bad none of their brigades surrendered to us like they did in the last battle. That's a shame. I would have liked to have driven those casualty numbers a bit higher. So we lost, once again, it's showing all the forces on the field. I had about 25,000 on the field. Then again, the reinforcements started showing up and I just didn't notice either because I wasn't looking for them because I didn't need them. So we lost 1,348 of our 61,850 that were coming to the fight. 286 of our cavalry, one of our guns, for a total of 1,655 losses. Federals lost 4,600 of their 31,000 infantry, 150 of their 300 cavalry, 30 of their 55 guns, for a total loss of 5,100 of their 32,000. So I don't think they had 32,000 on the field. I think there was a corps that was not on the field yet. Even though I think when I initially looked, it showed them as all being on the field. There's no way that... But then again, they had all these brigades down here. I don't know. I don't think they had that many on the field. Yeah, and the other corps was just starting to arrive. Yeah, it's Corps of Rappahannock just showing up. Let's take a look at the numbers here. The Left Guard didn't fight. Rappahannock didn't fight. Corps of Kanawha. Engineers didn't fight. Cavalry Division. They only did that little bit of fighting there at the end. 10th Virginia caused 83 infantry casualties, 27 artillery for a total of 110. 14th Virginia did 4 to infantry, 8 to cavalry, 38 to artillery for a total of 50. Wow, they really didn't do any damage. It's shooting at those skirmishers just soaks up ammunition and does no damage in return. And 11th Virginia did 26 to infantry, 10 to artillery for a total of 36. Division total of 196. 1st North Carolina Division, which is Gartrell, the Appalachian Rifles, and Scott. Gartrell did 250 to infantry, 9 to cavalry for a total of 259. Appalachian Rifles did 466 to infantry, 15 to cavalry, 27 to artillery for a total of 508. Which is good because they haven't had a very good showing in a few battles the Appalachians have fought in. Scott's Brigade did 199 to infantry, total 199, division total 966. 1st North Carolina, the hell? 1st Division, alright. Wise, Heath, and Pickett. Wise did 346 to infantry. Heath's Brigade did 391, but somehow bumped up to 392. And Pickett's Brigade did 442 to infantry, 30 to artillery for a total of 472. Division total 1,200. Alabama Division did not fight. Second Division, which is Taliaferro, B, and Delangnell. Taliaferro did 1,100 casualties, 1,043 to infantry, 80 to cavalry. B's Brigade did 80 to infantry, 104 captured, for a total of 184. And Delangnell did 227 to infantry, but bumped up to 228 somehow. Division total 1,546. Artillery did really damn good. They did cost 319 total. And I hate how this happens. When you get the names are too long and they don't fit, it always mixes up like that. But Gauley Artillery, 135 total. Good showing on their part. Let's get closed out of here. So, I'm glad I took the time to march up that damn mountain, because that worked heavily in our favor, having the height advantage, the protection of the woods. First day's fight, when those brigades were coming up the hill, or coming up the mountainside to come get my men, my brigades were laying out 2 and 3 volleys before the feds were even close enough to even send off their first volley. So that couldn't have gone much better. Casualties got a little high the second day because I was just marching the men down the mountain and they kept marching while firing. So casualties were a little higher than they should have been, but still happy with it. It's 3-1 odds on the casualties. It's too bad we couldn't capture anybody and knock it up to a major victory. Alright. The enemy has reportedly suffered total casualties of 5,082 men. There are 583 killed. It's about the same as the last battle. 1,734 captured. Our casualties total 1,655 men, with 250 killed and 271 missing. We've captured 2,652 rifles and 5 guns from the battlefield. We sent another 1,600 soldiers to vacation in the south, or freeze our asses off up in Ohio. But it's June, and not freezing right now. Alright. I'm glad I went up into the mountains and took that fight. Let's get that rolled off. Oh, and before that was happening, I did have the Raider Squadron moving in. Let's see if we catch somebody. They have 13 ships, 4 disabled. So we should get a combat. Maybe. I hope this doesn't... I hope we don't have a naval freeze again. Really? Come on. And where are they retreating to? Are you kidding me? Really? You're going all the way back to Cedar Key? What the... The naval aspect of this game sometimes is just mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. Because Fernandia is not blockaded right now. I don't know why they're going to Cedar Key. Ugh. Alright. Let's take a quick overview of the map here, and I think we'll close the episode out. Now, once this is rolled off, that was a 2-day fight, so we got to see what... They're going to spread out through the mountains now. There we go. I think they may just still be stuck. Yeah, they're still kind of stuck there. They're not going any further, so... I think we're going to have to chase them through the mountains. Longstreet's at destination. How are we doing over here? Almost in Harrisburg. Let's take a look at Longstreet, because he was withdrawing again. What? Shouldn't have taken me there. Made it all the way to St. Joseph, so let's move him into town. Because that'll put him back in Confederate controlled territory and hopefully be able to draw some troops in. Cordiar, Kansas, which I was sending up to support the Corps of Missouri, I actually had to track back east because we got the 1st Corps Army of the Tennessee is now over here. And they were chasing down my Corps of Engineers. So I'm going to be moving him back over to engage these forces here. And I actually do outnumber him. His corps is up to 27,000 men. All right. Let's do a real overview here, and then we'll shut it down. Or Florida, how we doing? Hasn't really budged much. That's not good. I need this siege over sooner rather than later. Court of Potomac is back up in the green. So, I think I'm going to order them further north again towards Philadelphia instead of waiting for the core of Florida, because this might be the longest running siege we've had so far. And Stewart is now in Harrisburg and flipping it over, and we've captured that supply depot. And there was a lot of ammunition in there, and we sucked it all up as soon as we got there. At Court of Rappahannock, I do believe now we have Cumberland, Maryland. We now have every town in Maryland under our control. Except for Annapolis. How did we lose control of Annapolis? Alright. You guys are coming back over here and taking over Annapolis. I was going to send them over here to Pittsburgh, because I'm still waiting for the Corps of Eastern Tennessee to come up. Oh well. So they're still getting ready to go. Once they're slightly into the green, and I'll march them up into Pittsburgh and take on 2nd Army. Those withdrawing. Oh, that's the Army of New England. They have no troops, and they're just stuck in a they're stuck in a cycle over here. I think once I save the game, close out, reopen it, clear up some memory, that'll fix itself. I said Arkansas is over here. Okay, they reached there, so now it's time to send it down here. Hopefully they'll have that depot built before we get there. 76 hours before he gets the orders. Yeah. Possibility. Court of Missouri is still sitting at Davenport. We'll let them sit there even longer. Both these corps in the yellow. All my western corps are not really combat effective right now. Or they're combat effective, but not very effective. And Longstreet's already in St. Joseph. Very good. Hopefully his numbers will start coming up now. And let's see what's going on with our prisons. How long? And Mexico City has fallen to the French. Andersonville, how long until this upgrades? Another 38 days. Our prison down here in Louisiana. We're done in 17. I'm going to have to immediately bump it up to level 2. How many prisoners are we holding now? We got 24,783 shoved into Camp Chase, plus another 7,500 at Andersonville. Because Andersonville is not overcrowded right now, it's just Camp Chase, I guess, because that's the closest camp. So once that camp down in Louisiana is built, that should clear up a little bit. Alright, I think we'll close this one here. Once again, reminder, go over to my community post if you'd like a brigade in the upcoming campaign. So let me know, type of unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I'll oblige on all counts as long as I can. Remember, if you're like an in-game officer, and there are a few popular ones, they are a first come, first served basis. So first person they ask for, it's the first person to get it. If you'd like an avatar officer created for your brigade, you have to let me know on the post, so I cannot add them into the campaign after it starts. Alright, so I will see you all next episode. Stay grumpy.